Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor is probably the first Doctor we've ever had that hasn't got one definitive iconic costume. He's, if anything, had a new costume per episode, sometimes more than one an episode. So I thought, now that he's gone and disappeared from the show and that's all we've seen of the 15th Doctor, I thought I would take some time to go through all of his iconic outfits, iconic or otherwise I should say, and rank them on a lovely classic old tier maker chart. So indulge me in this little waffle and kind of unscripted ramble about my favourite and least favourite Doctor Who costumes for the 15th Doctor. So we're kind of ranking them based on doctoriness, because I think that's got to be one of the main counters, but also if it's a fucking eyesore but happens to be really doctory, it's going to get marked down. I think it has to be based on just my vibes towards it and whether I like this as the Doctor wearing it. As we know, Ncuti Gatwa can pretty much pull off any costume. He seems to work incredibly well in anything he's given. So love that versatile wardrobe, but I want to be harsh. So we're ranking that. So our S tier is today peak Doctor costume. Then we've got iconic, bland, bad, and terrible. I don't really know what the distinction is going to be between bad and terrible. Terrible maybe is just one that I really don't like, but off the top of my head I can't really think of any. So let's go for it. The very first one is his outfit post-regeneration in the giggle. It's basically David Tennant's t-shirt, tie, and underwear. Yeah, I think it's like... I think it's iconic, right? And the reason I'm going to put it in iconic is not because I think it's a great Doctor outfit, far from it. I mean, he is in his underwear. I think it's because it's the first time we see him. It is an iconic bi-generation outfit, I guess, or post-regeneration, oh my god, outfit. I think it has that sort of appeal. The first time we saw Ncuti as the Doctor in any of the trailers, any of the marketing, he was in this outfit with a sort of different background, but I kind of feel like it is iconic in its own right and kind of deserves a little bit of love just for that. It does get bumped up. It probably will be bland or bad traditionally as like a Doctor outfit, but I think because it's his first kind of look as the Doctor, I'm kind of here for it. So the next we've got is his reveal outfit. The first time we ever saw the 15th Doctor in an official costume still was with the orange jumper and the sort of checkered brown coat and trousers. Kind of iconic, honestly. We see this in the Church on Ruby Road with a cowboy hat, and we also see this at the end of Dot and Bubble. I have to say, it is probably up there as one of my favourite looks for Ncuti. I think when he was first revealed, I was very much all over this being his Doctor outfit, and I guess I was a little bit disappointed when they decided to sort of change it up for every version of the character, I guess. But this was my go-to. This was my go-to. I kind of like this one, and I think with the cowboy hat, it does sort of set it off. I'm not gonna go peak. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go peak. It is a peak Doctor costume. He's got the brown of the jacket and the trousers is great. The orange jumper is very him. The necklace is really nice, and the cowboy hat is a great option to that outfit. So yeah, I really like that. So next, I think we're going to have to do a triple here. We're going to kind of hop forward a little bit. I'm going to pile these all together. So we're going for the iconic Doctor outfit. The one from the action figure, the one from Church on Ruby Road. The first time we see him, like the first costume we see him in on screen as the Doctor, is this outfit. You've got this gorgeous sort of long orangey kind of leather coat. You've got the bright blue trousers, which I think is very iconic, and then you've got a different colour top each time. There are some other variations as well, but the main difference is the top. The coat is always the same. The trousers and shoes are a little bit different, but remain very similar, and the shirt is always from a company called Madcap England, which I believe I've bought from and make fantastic shirts, but they've actually made these, all these variations are available and they're brilliant. For me, I think his Church on Ruby Road look is iconic. I think the Space Babies one, hear me out, is peak Doctor costume. And I think Church on Ruby Road it's sort of between bland and iconic for me. I'm going to put it in bland just to sort of cause beef. I think for me, the Space Babies one, I prefer the look of the sort of greeny blue trousers and the sort of grey madcap top with like the different colours in it with the orange leather coat, as opposed to the Church on Ruby Road look. It's very, very similar, so it's hard to break them apart. That's why I think the Church on Ruby Road one, I would say, is iconic. I don't think the Christmas special one, not the Church on Ruby Road, what's the other one? Joy to the World. I don't think the Joy to the World outfit is as iconic, to be honest. There was sort of a bit of confusion with is his coat red? Is it orange? It was very weirdly edited, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of the yellow. I can't lie, I'm not a big fan of the bright yellow. I think it worked in the episode and it's fine, but I definitely prefer the other variant of this outfit. My favourite, I think, probably being Space Babies, despite the fact that that's not the figure I've got. So next is his club outfit from the Church on Ruby Road. It is a sort of leather jacket, a sort of yellow undershirt, and a kilt. It is a bit of an iconic look. We have seen this pretty much only in that scene. I think the leather jacket does make a return for the finale of Season 1. But the kilt is never seen again, although we do see a variation of a kilt in Season 2. I think this is a good look. Is it iconic? I think kind of. It sort of features in that one scene, and the one with the snowman. I think it's okay. I don't think it's my favourite of his. I would probably say bland, but not bad. I don't think it's a bad outfit. No, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. Next, we've got the Devil's Cord outfit. His blue pinstripe, and we are including the hair because it is a part of the outfit. Absolutely iconic. I don't think I want to say it's peak Doctor costume because it's a little too close to David Tennant, but I like it in its own right. I think it's a great one-off costume, and I'm a big fan of that one. From the opening of the Devil's Cord, we have him in his orange shirt and trousers. Yeah, I don't hate it. I think I'm a little bit I've got a bit of an aversion to, like, you know, the bright colours. Right, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. In this one, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a very doctory outfit, and I think that's what's putting me off. I like it. I don't think it's an eyesore. I just don't think it's the most doctory one, and I kind of prefer the more subtle colours that we get, and subtle variations that we get within the coming series. His outfit in Boom, with a sort of velvet sort of jacket and beige trousers. Yep, that's going in peak, I'm afraid. I really love that one. The sort of purple, red kind of velvet jacket, but it's kind of like a tight-fitting one, like an army jacket, and the beige trousers. Yeah, big fan of this. It looks really great. It looks nice on screen. Yeah, it's a great appearance. Big fan of that one. 73 Yards is next, and you've got the Doctor in his sort of bright orange, yellow, raincoat, his black and white stripy top, his jeans, and his orange beanie. I think it's I'm torn between bad and bland. I don't want this to be the one that goes in bad, but it's going bland. I don't hate it. I understand why this outfit gets a lot of love. I don't know. I don't like those big sort of yellow raincoats with the big, like, sort of bits of wood, and I don't really rate it. It's not a very doctory outfit. This definitely goes more in the direction of, like, he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt, right? Like, it doesn't feel very dressed. And I think with the Doctor, I kind of like a little bit of casual, but a lot of smart. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is not that. It does look like a child on a school trip, and that's okay. It looks good. It's not an eyesore once again, but it is just that. Do you know what I mean? It's just that. I'm going to put the orange one in bad, right? Because as much as I love the variation up here from the Church on Ruby Road and the end of Dot and Bubble, I think just the jumper, it doesn't really hit the same at all. It's like, it looks comfy, but I don't think it's a very doctory outfit. He's just wearing a jumper and trousers. Like, there's nothing that out there about that. It's just kind of, it is what it is. His rogue outfit, though, is, again, I'm going to put it in iconic. Like, I do love it. I'm not a big fan of the hair. It fits the vibe. It fits the era. I'm just not a huge fan of the hair, the wig that they do on this. I do love his outfit, though. Again, I love the velvet. I love the sort of lighter colour trousers. It's very similar to the Boom outfit, but in my opinion, not as good. It's of its time. It's a period costume. It's not a very doctory costume, but I do like it. Then we've got the Empire of Death, Legend of Ruby Sunday outfit. I'm really torn with this one. I'm really torn. I want to put it in iconic. I want to put it in peak. I'm going to probably say, given that there's some doubt, I'm going to keep it in iconic. I love this outfit. I do. I love the trousers. I love the white t-shirt. I love the leather jacket. It's not as iconic as a leather jacket as Chris Eccleston, and it does let itself down in that respect. But I think it really works for Ncuti. It's one of his best looks, I think, and although it's not a peak Doctor costume, which I think is what's bringing it down for me, I don't hate it. Our next one is the sort of cardigan that we get somewhat in Empire of Death, somewhat in the Tales of the TARDIS. I'm going to put this in bad. It looks really comfy, but it's not doctory at all. It just looks like he could just be chilling on set, you know? I love it. I would wear this outfit, but I'm not the Doctor. Like, I'm not a traveler in time and space. It's comfy. It looks comfy, but that's about it. Cloak, terrible. It's not really a costume, is it? It's just a cloak. He's wearing a cloak, and that's fine. But there's nothing to that, in my opinion. That's just that.
Just going to pause the video right here. This is Editing George, and guess what? This tier chart didn't include 2 costumes from Joy to the World, so I'm going to quickly talk about those and get it out of the way with this awful, horrible phone microphone. I do apologise. Firstly, his dressing gown look from the beginning of Joy to the World. It looks fab. It's cool. I love the checkered pattern. I love the sort of laid-back aesthetic of it. Plus, in this scene, he's a freaky little goblin, so I kind of like it. I'm going to say iconic for this one. And then his sort of handyman carpenter outfit that we see in his sort of year at the hotel. Again, not really iconic. Maybe going to say bland for this one. I do like it, but it is just a generic Earth outfit. There's nothing crazy or doctory about this. It's not really that out there, so I'm just going to say bland because that's what it is. But yeah, I love it. I love these scenes in the episode, but it's bland.
The Robot Revolution outfit is probably bad. Now, admittedly, it's not a Doctor outfit. He is trying to fit in with that time zone. He's wearing their uniform. He's wearing the uniform of the Miss Belinda Chandra people. So I get that. I feel like that's fair enough. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's a good Doctor outfit. And I don't even think it's that iconic, to be honest. I don't think it's that well recognized. It's not one that... I have to think of it as like Doctor Who figure variants. That's not one I would want. Do you know what I mean? I think that's where you have to justify it. And that's where I'd probably put that one as well as these 3. So then we have, for me, the outfit from the beginning of the Robot Revolution. I am going to put this in... I'm going to put this in iconic. I just ducked down, but I have my reasonings. I love this outfit, and it is better in the finale. It's better in the reality war than it is in this episode, in my opinion. I think this is a great look. I love the pinstripe blue kilt skirt. I love the tartan jacket. I really, really like it. It's a great look. Not my all-time fave, but it is a great look. And it works for him. It works for him. The blue, the bow tie, and all that sort of thing. It's like, yeah, from looks, I don't hate it. I don't hate that, but it's not going anywhere other than bland, I'm afraid. It's one of those ones where I can't put it any higher. Like, it's nowhere near the level of the Devil's Code, right? Like, it's not that level. It's okay. It's not a very flattering outfit on him. And I don't actually I think it's probably one of his weaker ones in terms of it, like, fitting him. It looks very, like, oversized in a lot of places. It's okay. It's not my cup of tea. I don't love this one. It's like, it's fine. It works for the context of the episode, but it's not one that I would ever want him to wear again. Talking of which, probably same with the one from the well. I'm going to put that in bad. It's not a doctory outfit, though, is it? Again, it's like you're blending in with the people there. I still don't really understand how the TARDIS had the exact uniform of these random Marines that they bumped into. But that's fine. I think it's a cool look. You put the Doctor down on like an alien planet. Like, if he's going to be wearing a space outfit, you want it to be the orange one. That's the first point. And the second one is, if he's in sort of like a space station or something like that, I still like him wearing what he's wearing. Like, the original Midnight, having the Doctor in like his pinstripe suit, you know, just wandering around in this sort of like alien bus is an iconic look. This looks too sci-fi alien-esque for me. I like him still feeling a little bit out of place in anywhere he is, because he's timeless. He's not from the future. And I think that's just something I miss with a few of these outfits, which are just a bit more generic. Iconic is what I would call the one from Lucky Day, which I almost forgot the episode name of. The scene where he confronts Conrad, the white trousers and the white polo. Absolutely stunning look. One of his best Doctor looks. You know what? Fuck it. It's going in peak Doctor costume. I think it looks great. I think white and white is just very... It looks so good. It looks great. It looks really good on him. I don't know how to sort of break this down, because it's not a very complex outfit. It just looks very good on him. It's very well fitting. And I wish we'd see more of it. It felt criminally underused. Next is our outfit from the beginning of Lucky Day, where I'm going to put it in bland. I would love to put this higher. I'm not a fan of the beanie. I'm really not a fan of the beanie on Ncuti. And I think the white t-shirt or white jumper maybe, I think does let this outfit down a little bit. I think it does take away from that ever so slightly. However, I love the coat. The coat is one of my favourite coats of his. I actually wish he wore this coat more because it's that iconic. It is so good. It's like a sort of proper doctory sort of long coat. It's brown, it's checkered, and it's got this lovely red piping kind of outline. I am absolutely all over this outfit. I think it's brilliant. I really love it. The only thing I don't like is the t-shirt, the white shirt, and the beanie, I think, take away from it. If this coat was with other outfits, I think it would work exceptionally well. His Nigerian outfit from the story in the engine is going in iconic. I really love that. Not like an all-timer favourite for me, but it's definitely one that stands out. Again, that episode, I love that episode. I mean, it's steeped in culture, as is the costume. That's really well thought out. His hair in that is excellent. It's all part of the story, and it feels so authentic, and I love that. I really, really love this outfit, and I think it feels very doctory, whilst also being very culturally appropriate and in the feeling of that story, which it should. It felt so right for him to wear that. Next is his outfit from the beginning of the story in the engine, which is a sort of polo shirt, colourful polo shirt with jeans. You'll be surprised with this one. Maybe. It's going in Peak Doctor costume. It's the only one that I actually own somewhere. It's the only one that I've actually got somewhere in my wardrobe. I love this shirt. I think it's such a nice shirt. Maybe not the most doctory in the world. Maybe if I had to rank these top picks, it would come probably towards the bottom. But I really, really like it. I think the look of that with the jeans works perfectly. I think the colour scheme is very appropriate for the episode as well. It's gorgeous. The green is absolutely stunning. The yellow and orange is great. The quality of the shirt is really nice. And yeah, with the jeans is a great combo. I love it. I love how it looks. Then we got his Interstellar Song Contest outfit of which I'm going to probably again put in iconic. I think it's a really great outfit. The trousers, the checkered trousers are really, really nice. And the orange t-shirt is also a really nice addition. I don't hate it. I think it's very similar to that of that Devil's Code outfit, but just improved and better, and again more iconic, used in a much bigger context as well, don't forget. So yeah, big fan of this one. Not too much to say about it, but really do like it. Then we've got his outfit from Wish World, the sort of Wish World aesthetic with the sort of pinstripe suit and the sort of bowler hat. I'm going to put it in bland because it's kind of okay. It's sort of not really a doctor costume, it is just a full three-piece suit, and it's solid. I like the hat. I'm not the biggest fan of this whole look because it's part of the story, and it's sort of, yeah, it's supposed to be very traditionalist, and it's not very shooty. But yeah, what is very shooty, however, is the final outfit from the Reality War, and that's going in Peak Doctor costume. For me, this is probably my favourite Doctor outfit that Nshuti's worn. It's interesting to me how he's like his outfit from his first episode on the Church and Ruby Road, on technically Space Babies, and his outfit in his last ever episode and his last appearance in the Reality War are probably his best. Now, the Reality War outfit is the Robot Revolution outfit, but without the jacket. But the white t-shirt underneath this sort of like pinstripe blue waistcoat with the pinstripe blue skirt and like slash kilts, I think is probably one of the best looks he's had. I think probably my favourite, to be honest, if I had to really, really pick one. I could see this paired up with another coat, definitely. I'd love to see a long coat on this outfit. I think the jacket works amazingly, but I think a long coat is always my go-to with the Doctor. But this outfit particularly, I think, is brilliant. It's definitely one of my favourites. Yeah, it's always one that I go back to and think, yeah, that moment where his outfit reveals on the stairs, I think is brilliant. I just think this is like such an iconic look. So yeah, that is my tier list ranking of all of 15th Doctor's costumes. Out of those top 6, if I had to pick a favourite, I think it's pretty clear based on my descriptions. I would go for the Reality War. I think it's my absolute favourite. Then probably closely followed by his iconic Space Babies outfit. Then his reveal outfit. Then Boom. Then probably the Lagos one, and then the all white. I think that would be my ranking of the top 6. That in first and that in 6th. The rest of them, yeah, I think that's pretty fair enough. I think a lot of them are a lot of the bland ones are sort of secondary outfits. A lot of the bad ones are ones that just don't feel very doctory and are quite generic. There's only one terrible, and that's quite a niche one. Yeah. I think Ncuti's wardrobe in Doctor Who is fantastic. I was very hesitant of the idea of having a Doctor that doesn't have one definitive outfit. But I loved it. And I think looking back on his era, there's a lot of really great outfits and a lot of really out there outfits. He's one of the first Doctors to really experiment with fashion in a way that isn't traditionalist kind of gentleman aesthetic. I know Jodie obviously has her iconic outfit, which I love in its own right, but I think Ncuti managed to get this really interesting balance of having this masculine character wearing like kilts and skirts and very like tight-fitting tops, which you wouldn't usually see on the Doctor, as well as, of course, the iconic long coats and some pinstripes and leather jackets. He's taking a lot of inspo from different Doctors when kind of finalising his costume, but I really love like a lot of the costumes that they pick for the 15th Doctor, and I'm really, really glad we got to see a Doctor experiment with outfits a little bit more, and if they were ever going to do that, Ncuti Gatwa is the man for it, because as I said earlier, he looks good in pretty much anything you put him in. And the thing I love most, I think, now is even though Ncuti Gatwa's era was kind of cut short, I can kind of look at Ncuti Gatwa in any sort of public appearance, in whatever outfit he's wearing, and think, that could be the Doctor. That could be the Doctor on a side quest somewhere out in space. But yeah, let me know below in the comments, what is your favourite 15th Doctor outfit? What is your all-time favourite, and what's your least favourite? But that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to leave a like and comment below, and subscribe, of course, with notifications on if you haven't already. It's the best way to tell me that you're actually enjoying this content, and it's more of the kind of thing you want to see, so stay tuned. Maybe there'll be more of this sort of thing in the future. Anyway, thank you for watching. As I've said, you can follow my social media links in the description below. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. I've also got a Discord server if you want to join the conversation about content that we're making in the future. And yeah, please do check out the other links in the description below as well, and of course including the links to my film, which I'm trying to fundraise for, and a bunch of other stuff as well, like my podcast. Of course, I've got a podcast. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.